Joining us now to discuss what may be happening in the manhunt and also potential motive is former New York City Police Commissioner Bernie Kerik. Bernie, good to see you. Thanks for being with us today on Newsline.
Thanks, Bianca.
Tell us a little bit about what you are cluing into, what we know already about this suspect, armed and dangerous. Not only did we hear that he was held in the summer of this year for hearing voices, but now there's a U.S. official saying he was also taken in for evaluation after acting erratically at West Point in July. So warning signs were clearly there and clearly missed, apparently.
Well, I think clearly there, clearly missed. They're going to want to find out why he still had access to weapons, what he's been doing since the time he spent being evaluated. Was he still on active reservist duty, which is kind of strange, kind of hard to believe that he is, based on the reports. So we don't know how many of these reports are actually true. But if they are, why was he still active? Why was he a firearms instructor? Why was he still in the military? Why did he still have weapons? These are things they're going to have to look at. But that part of the investigation will go on after they find him. The important thing right now is to find him.
Let's turn to that manhunt. I do want to bring in some new information, and you may have heard this. Massachusetts State Police are now putting out a be on the lookout for a vehicle. A person in New Hampshire, Bernie, told police that she saw someone that resembled the suspect here. So clearly we're looking at a range of New England. And while Lewiston is, somewhat in a northern part of Maine, there were thoughts perhaps he would be a survivalist and have maybe gone to a wooded area. But now, can you clue us into what they may be looking at? Because Interstate 93 goes right down. There's a report that possibly he may have crossed at 8 a.m. So that's a pretty wide area. If you were running this search, how would you be approaching it?
Well, what they're going to do is they're going to cordon off certain areas where they think he is apt to go, number one. Number two, they're going to be looking for his electronics, his phone, pinging his cell towers if he still has his phone active, if it's still on. They'll be going into his computer databases, his search engines to determine how much planning went into this, if there were other people involved. Where he picked up the weapon, where he got the ammunition. There's a bunch of various pieces that goes into an investigation like this that has to be funneled into a hub so that they can identify where he possibly may be going. They'll also be staking out and looking at family members, girlfriends, kids, friends, looking at them as well to see if he shows up anywhere near them.
Obviously, the numbers are just so tragic to hear about the 18 confirmed dead and now the injured as well. We don't know hospitals treating others. That number sadly could rise. And there obviously is a high tension. If you're living anywhere in this area, you're told to shelter in place. Any estimate on how, with all these resources, how long someone like Robert Card would be able to be on the run, Bernie?
I have to admit, I thought they would have him by morning. Given the small location, the places he was last night, the vehicle that they found, I figured they'd have him by today. That leads me to believe, since they don't have him, that he basically had a plan, and that plan was an escape route or an escape plan to get out of where he was into another location. That being said, these are some of the things they'll have to take into consideration as they're looking for him.
Well, clearly it is a massive manhunt, a very dangerous suspect, they're saying, on the loose. Bernie Kerik, as always, I appreciate your insight, and we'll check back in as this continues to develop throughout the next few hours. Bernie, thank you.
Thanks, Bianca.